you, everybody, for joining our kickoff webinar today. Today's group services offering and discussion is really about how IDC WIN Group is viewing benefits in 2021, and we are taking a human approach to the benefit offering for our advisors and for our clients. And so we're really excited about a lot of things that are happening this year and moving within the trend of offering a humanized benefits approach to our clients as well. So with that, let's just kind of review a few things within our team. So I just wanted to give everybody an idea. Our team has grown this year. So we have Taylor in Vancouver, who is our business development executive for the West. Myself, who handles all of our advisors and business development in the East. Obviously, David Emmanuel, who's our VP of Group Operations. And then we have Rafaela and Steph, who work on our new business and our renewal process. And anybody who's done business with us before may recognize those names, as well as our Director of Communications, Ann Voigtler, who has put all of these amazing decks together for all our webinars that we've been hosting. So that is our team currently, and we're very proud of the little group department that we have going on here. Our agenda today, and as you can see, we're going to do a lot of talk about teamwork, collaboration, and how we as IDC WIN Group can work with you guys as advisors more effectively and bringing the holistic approach to benefits moving forward. We're going to talk a little bit about market trends, what's going on in the industry right now. We're going to have a little refresh of our business models and then what's coming up in 2021, which we're so very proud of. Teamwork, and I know that Dawn has been promoting teamwork and collaboration through all the IDC WIN webinars and the kickoff meetings, but we take that very seriously. So teamwork and collaboration are key. So first off, I just want to say how pleased we are with the attendance of our webinars through 2020. We had an amazing uptake with participation. We looked at, the six-part series of knowing your client through to the request to quote, what a marketing proposal looks like, communications that we create. And we also had features from some of our carriers. We've done some simplified underwriting webinars, and the amount of attendance and support is truly appreciated. And so I think that that's going to continue with some of the webinars we have planned for this year. With that, at the end of 2020, we sent out an advisor survey, and there was some really interesting information that came out of that survey. So I'm just going to highlight three areas that I kind of want to highlight for you. So some of the feedback from our advisor survey that we conducted was obstacles faced by advisors. And so we're going to talk about that with respect to product knowledge, time, administrative burden, because our flexible models that we have in place will address some of that. So we're always proud of that, and any advisor who wants to know how we can collaborate with them is welcome to reach out. The most commonly requested webinar of 2021 was prospecting for new clients. And the goal there is we are going to give you the tools or the wedges and topics to talk about while you're prospecting. We're not necessarily going to create a webinar series around how to prospect, but we're going to give you the tools and topics that will separate yourself out in the industry when you're prospecting with groups. And the other one that was really interesting to us was how simplified group life and health plans have really been a topic that more and more advisors are looking for. You know, your easy startup, your easy plan designs for a niche market, and we're so proud of the partnerships that we have in place with those elements and with those programs. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go on in the presentation. So teamwork. Again, I think that's the ongoing theme with working with IDC Win, is the teamwork and collaboration, and group is no different. So we look at our advisors as customers. You are our customers, as is your prospects and their employees. So we want to play a part in your business operations. And whether we're just doing quotes for back-end support, or whether you're engaging us in helping, sitting through WebEx meetings with some of your prospects or with your clients, actually taking on the role and delivering the quote and the market presentation, and then working with your client during implementation, all of those strategies, we are here to support you as a unique team and to collaborate. And so all of these points are what we at IDC pride ourselves on when we're talking about group. So best practices and tools. Communications. We'll create specific decks for your clients if there's a need there, if they're kind of outside of the market and they have a specific need in place to reach some sort of communication to their team. We do a lot of education and insights from our carriers. And anybody who's been on our webinars before know that we take a lot of pride and are very strategic in our carrier relationships and what they happen to be promoting. And so all of this is what you can expect as part of our collaboration and team building within our organization, and what you can expect from us. It doesn't matter what business model you've chosen to work with us on, we're here to support you every step of the way. And that's our advantage. And you can see that this is a marketing piece that we put together, and we're happy to help you put this into any of your marketing strategies as well. So I just want to kind of go over and anybody, when we did these kickoff meetings last year, and I know David's done them in the past, we always talk about our group service models, and we're proud of them. It kind of separates us out in the industry with what we offer, how involved we can be, and kind of make sure that you're getting what you need so that you never have to say no to a group client. And whether that's a 2-person group or a 5,000-person group, that you have the support on hand quickly to be able to meet the needs of your clients. So our back office support is a model that where we'll just do the quotes for you. You give us the information, we'll send it out to the marketplace, we'll put a proposal together and give it to you. Our advisor support is where you engage our team. Maybe it's doing a prospect meeting with you, maybe it's doing an employee meeting, or maybe it's actually helping you sell the program to your client. And so we will help in that case, and we do a little bit more service on there. And then referral direct. That is for those advisors who know and understand the need to do a full circle approach to their clients. So if you're doing your life insurance, your wealth management, your CI, whatever it is that you're doing for your clients, but you want to take the next step and make sure that they're protected on the group side, you may not be experienced or you may not have the time. And we're here to support that as well. We will help you from beginning to end, or take it over if you want, from beginning to end, so that you can have a nice cushion around your client and make sure that they're properly protected in all aspects of their organization. So this is just a slide that goes over that. And again, if that's of interest to you, if you want to learn more about that, please reach out to us, because we're happy to jump on a WebEx call with you and walk you through these processes. So market trends. So this is big for us. In 2021, it's a whole different game in the world of benefits. And so we are going into an inflection point. Not so much, or not only focusing on technology, but understanding the needs of your clients and their employees, and which could be foreign to you. Understanding that mental health and well-being, telemedicine, those are key in getting in and making sure that your client is protected in their benefits package, and that their employees are also protected. And especially now, with the pandemic, this is the time to focus in on those strategies. So at IDC, we recognize that we need to move away from selling the bottom line. Benefits isn't about the bottom line number on a spreadsheet. It's taking a holistic approach to knowing your client and making sure that you separate yourself out in the industry as an advisor, and to get to the core of your employer and the needs of their employees. And it might be a flex plan, or it might be a hybrid plan. But we at IDC WIN, on the group side, are using 2021 to unleash our humanizing benefit strategy. We are getting to the core of understanding the needs of employees and the employer, unraveling the pain points for a client. So it could be budget, but how do we take that budget and make the benefits more advantageous for that employee or those group of employees, and bring a benefit plan that is sustainable, meets the needs, and is going to be utilized. And so that might be talking more about employee assistance programs, standalone products where we engage more of a holistic approach to telemedicine, mental health and strategies, employee assistance programs, cognitive behavioral therapy, and the carriers that offer those types of programs, because that's where we're moving to. And so technology is key, but so is understanding that it's not just bottom line selling that you want to take into consideration. And you're going to find that information out with a needs analysis or a know your client approach. So understanding the HR drivers versus the bottom lines. It's partnering with an organization that can give you that deliverable, as opposed to hiring somebody that you're not sure can deliver that deliverable. And so working with IDC gives you the opportunity with our vast carrier relationships, and whether it's a standalone product or it's a health spending account or a hybrid or a flex plan, we are here to guide our advisors through every step of the process to make sure that you have provided value and care into your clients and their expectations. Also, one other thing that's really important is plan benchmarking. So that is a key also in prospecting. To be able to go to a client and say, is your goal to be competitive in the industry? And if so, have you ever thought about doing a benchmarking report based on the demographic of your group, and maybe modeling that across your other competitors to see where your benefits have measured up? Maybe we need to redefine your plan design in order to meet the threshold of where your other competitors are in the industry. And we have those tools. We're very proud of them. And we have those tools put in place. And you're more than welcome to reach out, and we can talk to you more as we go on after this presentation as well. So coming in 2021, again, keeping in theme with our teamwork, our collaboration, and humanizing benefits, we're very proud of a few things that you're going to be seeing as we go forward. This is called Gear Up. Gear Up is something that we spent a lot of time coming up with in terms of getting it right. And as everybody knows, and hopefully advisors who have done group in the past know, that there's typically 4 touch points during the year that you have the ability of reaching out to your client. It's a plan governance. It's kind of going over the concepts on a yearly basis to make sure that their plan is running as it should be with the needs of their employees or the time as the time changes. This is an old plan that we need to spruce up a bit or redefine. So plan governance being the G in Gear Up. Claims experience, how they're trending, which is always important. You never want to be in a position where you don't know how your client is trending, whether it's quarterly or semi annually. So that's the E in the Gear Up. It's understanding the claims experience piece. A plan audit, that is key when you're looking at this. Are there things that we can look at to make this plan work more effectively? Should we be looking at a group's critical illness program? Should we now, because the group may have exploded in terms of number of employees on the plan, is it time to relook at the LTD or the life insurance not evidence maximums to make sure that they're getting the most based on the number of employees? So that is key as well. And then your renewal report, okay, which follows the R in the Gear Up. The renewal report is a talking point. It gives them a picture and a story from the beginning to where they are now and what we need to look at in the future. And we have those tools based on our reporting, how we negotiate with carriers, and some of the templates that we have that will help you gear up for your client in anticipation of keeping them sustainable in the long run. So we're very proud of this concept. Baldwin. Baldwin is your digital group benefits concierge, and we are going to be unraveling it this year or revealing it this year. It will come in stages. This is an IDC WIN sponsored program. It is a product deliverable that we have in place. Everybody will be using it probably in a different way. There are 3 versions available, but this will be rolled out as a very exciting opportunity. It's a way to organize your business to make sure all your clients are captured. It's a way to analyze the data for your clients, so you'll be able to go in and play around and see their plan designs and analyze their needs. It automates processes. So whether we're talking about benchmarking or whether we're looking at offering plan changes or plan amendments, we have the ability, as you'll see as this is rolled out, with different rollouts of functions, the ability to create lasting impressions and being able to offer benefits that your client may not have thought about in the past based on their current plan design. And it delivers communication. So you'll be able, for instance, we may post your renewal on that platform, and for you to be able to go in there, see it, and then communicate privately with your client. We have spent a ton of time and resources to make sure Baldwin is your helping hand moving forward. We're super excited about it. And in the next few weeks, we are going to be revealing it and different stages of opportunity as the year goes on. So please stay tuned for that. We will be having webinars on it, and there will be an opportunity to play around with that system. If that's something that you're adaptable to, there are programs or product upgrades to that if you want it, and we'll be more than happy to have that communication. But this is where IDC WIN Group is going in the future, and we're super excited about that. We're always updating our sales process tools. So everything from being in a pandemic and what now you need to do to prospect or know your clients, to matching those solutions. So it's humanizing that strategy and making sure that we're meeting the needs of your client, whether it's their budget, but making sure that their budget meets the requirements of their employees. That alone will demonstrate your value against your competitors in the industry, who may just be selling group benefits on a bottom line scenario, whereby just selling a spreadsheet. And that is not where we are in the grand scheme of things of where IDC Win Group is fitting in. We want to be able to give you the tools to separate yourself in the industry and provide value to your clients. So you're going to differentiate yourself in the industry, and that might be engaging me in training sessions about wanting to know about what questions to ask in a Know Your Client. What information do you guys need to be able to populate an RTQ or a request to quote? How to read a marketing proposal and make a recommendation to the client. So you may need tools from us or engage us in that, and you're welcome. Any advisor is welcome if they want to get training and they want to do business with us to reach out to us. I'm happy. I'm currently doing training sessions for some advisors right now who want to spend some time and make sure that group is part of their repertoire. And I welcome that to anybody there. And obviously to optimize your clients' spend on benefits, because we do know that budget plays the driving role. So we do understand that, but there's more to it than that. If anybody attended our last webinar in December or our first webinar in January, you will know that we are big on our simplified benefit plans. We want to make sure you understand that we do a vast range of programs, from traditional flex plans, hybrids, all types of plans that could possibly be in the marketplace. But we also understand that time is important, and for clients who may be on a budget but want something robust, perhaps it's a longer rate guarantee, or maybe it's just something as a stepping stone before they get into something bigger and better, that simplified programs can meet that need. And so we are so pleased to be able to offer 4 programs, 3 of which we are currently promoting, 1 which will be revealed in the next few weeks, and partner with carriers that have created these programs for us. And as IDC Win advisors, you will have access to. Anybody who doesn't do group business with us won't have access to that. But these are 2 of those programs have been specifically created for IDC advisors and our team, and then 2 others that are more general. So, but these programs can be a stepping stone. They're fast. They get implemented quickly. There's no hassle to them, and some of them offer longer rate guarantees, and that might be the goal of the client. So please reach out to us. We have amazing presentation tools and quoting tools that we can help you with, but we're very pleased to be able to bring this into our repertoire this year, and that might be key for some advisors out there who just don't have the time or have a client who just needs something quick and easy as a stepping stone moving forward. With that, that is humanizing benefits and getting into our teamwork and collaboration. And now I'm happy to take questions if anybody has any.
So there's a question from Rick about mid-year claims experience. Do we have to request these quarterly or semi-annual reports, or can they be done through an automated process?
So if you are an IDC Win advisor of ours, and we're currently doing your work, we will prepare that for you depending on the need of the client. So you just have to reach out and ask. As the time goes on, and as the stages of our Baldwin opportunity gets revealed, there will be a step in that process where you would be able to go online and pull them off. But right now, we do them on our end.
Marni, what was 2020 like in terms of your experience?
So I'm so proud to be able to answer this question, and Don, thank you for asking. We were a little bit nervous when the pandemic first started. We were worried that that there might be a drop-off of groups, or that advisors wouldn't be able to bring groups to us. And so we were a little unsure. However, I'm so pleased to say that we had a fantastic year. We're currently working with over 108 advisors, most of which came to us in 2020, and who are doing repeat business with us. We saw a huge uptake in our business block, and we did not, I think, on all our groups that we manage, whether they're internal clients or they're our advisor clients, I think maybe we lost 2 groups only because those groups terminated. But the insurance companies were so fair in providing COVID premium relief and deferring renewals for a couple of months so that they wouldn't lose business, that I think that helped maintain the group side. I'm so pleased to say that we've had a ton of implementations that happened in the October, November, December, and January 2021 stage. And 2021 right now, I think that in the last 4 years that I've been doing this, has been a record breaker in terms of the amount of requests to quotes that are coming in and the advisors that are reaching out to us. So I personally couldn't be more proud to be part of the IDC Win Group team, because we are clearly doing something that will allow that have the ability to allow advisors to reach out to us and help them as well. So that's what I'm going to comment on that.
Marni, another question is there a standalone health spending account?
Yes, there is. And I'm happy to review it. That account, we tend to use MyHSA for that, and you can also add add-on product to that if that's a need. And I'm happy to review that information with whoever's interested.
And how many employees are needed for a simplified benefit plan?
So that depends. One of the programs that is being revealed in the next little while is 2. Typically, it's 3 for a simplified program. But in the next few weeks, stay tuned, because we will be sending out our group bulletin and webinars on it. There is one that will go down to 2 people.
And do you see the travel component of our group insurance plans being affected by the COVID?
So to be perfectly honest, I feel as though the insurance carriers are really being top-notch in this particular area, whether it's for some business travel or personal travel. They've allowed and been a lot more open to people that are traveling and traveling with COVID during this COVID period. And so each insurance company has a different way that they're handling it, but they've all been very open, and their programs have been, needless to say, very accommodating at this time. And if anybody does have any concerns about that, we do have contacts and relationships with companies that can help out if they want to do a top-up or something like that. But under the group plan so far, it has been great. So there's been no issues there.
One of the things that we did earlier is we had a presentation by Dr. Robin Defoe about stress, and obviously stress as a result of COVID. Have you noticed anything in terms of claims from stress incidences as a result of the COVID-19 scenario?
I have. And so just to be perfectly transparent, I have, or at IDC, we have some groups that we manage on our own that are like my groups in particular, or David's groups in particular. And we have had a lot of people reach out to us specifically to find out how to use their employee assistance programs or counseling services or any mental health and wellness programs that can either be implemented as a standalone because the need is there. And I will say it's not only coming from the employee, but also from the employee's dependents. So I get a lot of calls with respect to how to handle, kids that are stuck at home on their online school and not being able to socialize. And I've been able to work with my clients and advisors' clients to make sure that they're properly protected or that we have a benefit program, either how to get into their benefit program, because a lot of insurance carriers have been adding some of those services free of charge within the benefits, or implementing a standalone program specifically for that. And I would also suggest that anybody listening today, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, I'm always posting about health and wellness and companies that are doing amazing things, and some of our carriers that are doing amazing things. So if there's ever any questions about that in particular, please feel free to reach out, because that is a definite need, and I've been doing a lot of that talk and putting those programs in place, or helping employees get into their current benefit program to utilize those services.
So is there anything that you would suggest for an advisor to do as a preemptive, move regarding that area? I mean, if you were an advisor, and you are for some groups, is there anything you're doing as a proactive position in terms of that stress?
I would reach out, if it's anybody listening online right now on this webinar, I'd reach out to me or to Taylor or anybody on our team, because we can give you the guidance and the tools so that you can properly prepare yourself for any client interaction that you might have. I'm happy also to discuss the carriers that we work with who have those programs embedded. So you may have a current client that you're working with and absolutely have no idea that there's an embedded program, like for instance, it might be the telemedicine or the crisis management built into their program. So if you want to be proactive and you want to know if we have any literature or we can help you find out what carriers have those programs embedded, all you have to do is reach out. I'm happy to have that conversation because I think that is what's trending in 2021, and getting to that human element for your employees and employers is key.
And do you work with any TPAs?
We do, and we can have that. We work with several, and we're happy to have that discussion if you reach out.
So for less experienced people in the group arena, I mean, could you briefly explain what a TPA is and does? So
a TPA is a third-party administrator where they kind of hold your kind of may form a group benefit program based on pulling other carriers together to have a more diverse plan at maybe a lower rate. They also may help adjudicate those claims and also bill direct or use some of their portal for a more digital experience. TPAs are an interesting industry, and happy to have a further discussion about that. It is not our core business, but we do have several carriers who work as a TPA that we have very strong relationships with.
Here's another good one. I actually know the answer to this one, Marni. Is that do you use Skype for advisor meetings?
I use okay. So John will tell you that this little startup today, my computer is not the greatest, but we use Skype, we use Zoom, we use WebEx, we use team meetings, whatever means is going to help you, and whatever technology that you use, I will make sure that we all use. And so we use Skype internally, and I'm happy to do that. We use WebEx, obviously, for these, and I have been engaged in many Google Teams, Google Meets, all of it. So this was a big year in learning how to the virtual technology piece.
Yeah, I mean, I could speak from firsthand experience, and that Marni is excellent in that arena. We've done a meeting from an employer's location, and a couple of times actually with, I think we used Skype that time, or did we use? I think it was GoToMeeting.
It may have been Zoom. But...
Yeah, I think it might have been Zoom. That's right, it was Zoom. It was Zoom. Mm-hmm. And we sat there with the employer and went over some information. So if I'm an advisor, Marni, and I'm thinking of doing some prospecting in the group arena, have you got some pre-approach pieces or some methodology for approaching employers to approach them on getting a group plan in place? And is this a good time to do it with the shutdown and lockdown and everything else?
Actually, this is probably your best time. In fact, funny enough, and I don't know if he's online, or my other two advisors I had conversations with over the last week, I'm sure are on this as well. But this is the perfect time to be prospecting. And the reason being, and I would really hope that any advisor out there who wants to do prospecting, my biggest piece of advice is to stay away from talking about undercutting or going on saving money. If you want to get to the core and prospect, getting yourself in and talking about the intrinsic value of the pandemic, like telemedicine opportunities, is telemedicine. So going to a prospect and asking them, has there been an uptake in employees asking you for telemedicine options, or do we have that built in? Things like, do we have an employee assistance program? How come? Topics like that get to the core of an organization and maybe what their employees may need is your key during the pandemic and in 2021 for prospecting. So understanding a little bit more about benefits and going in to the core of that and saying it's not about the bottom line, it's about the value. Are your employees happy with your benefit program? Have you ever thought about looking at benefits a different way? What type of demographic are we dealing with? Are we dealing with millennials? Is this a tech firm that has millennials and a lot of millennials who are uber technologically in depth and maybe looking for more of a flex type program? Is that the key? And going in with those types of in your arsenal, those types of topics in your arsenal are going to separate you apart from other people calling all day long about benefits. Getting into asking questions about their employees. Does your benefit program do this? How about we have a conversation? Can I engage Marni or Taylor in a three-way call to get in and talk about these things? That is your key. And also, if you have a large life insurance base or wealth management base, or you do individual insurances, going and having touch point meetings to check in with those clients and asking them, I'm just checking in. We're in a pandemic. I want to make sure everything is okay. And then going into, have you ever thought about benefits? Do you have a benefit program? Are your employees how are your employees doing? Have you ever thought about maybe, putting something in place so that they have, tools for an employee assistance program, so that they have a counseling services that they could go to, or, maybe it's telemedicine that they don't want to leave the house and go to see a doctor or go to a doctor's office. Is there a way that we can talk about that? Engage me, engage Taylor, engage David. We're happy to jump on calls and work with you on it. We don't have the tools to do prospecting, teach you how to prospect, but most advisors online right now probably have a good database already of clients that they work with, maybe corporations. That is your key, to start there and then move forward with some of the more human elements of a benefit plan. Not just is your dental and your health claims being paid.
Do you allow agents to do their own quotes, on small groups, or do you have to send them to you folks?
Our strategy is that if you want to work with IDC on the group side, then everything comes through us. We don't work with advisors who do all their own quotes. We only work with advisors who want to use our services and see value in our partnership and our collaboration and our team.
And is there a step-by-step guide on group benefits approach with clients referring to IDC when in office? Do you have like a game board or a game plan as to, or a booklet on what's the process?
So last year I did a 6-part series on every step of the way for a benefit program and a guide. I do training sessions with advisors to go through that. If anybody wasn't part of it the last time, we're probably going to be rerunning that. But if you're interested and serious about working with IDC, then I'm happy to go over a step-by-step guide in terms of working with how we work, more detail about our business model, and how to start the process. So I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, I guess the final question I'd have, are there CE credits for group webinars, including this one?
So this one is out, from my understanding, to be accredited. And moving forward, some of them are, especially the ones that are carrier-based, and we do a lot of that, where we will bring in a carrier who has a story to tell and something important to tell. And so those ones would be. And some of the others are that we've done in the past are sent out for accreditation. So hang tight with that. Not all of them are. But the ones that we can, we will.
And will the standalone HSA compete with the Blue Cross private plan?
That is a discussion we can take offline, and 2 different types of programs. So I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of all that, but if you have a specific question, you're welcome to reach out and contact me. Happy to review it.
I guess the final question would be, like, I've been in the group business a long time. I'm winding down, and I want to sell off my group block of business. Are you in the market to purchase group blocks of business? I'm
sure that David Emanuel would be more than happy to have this discussion with any advisor who is in that wind down mode. Definitely reach out, because that is definitely a conversation he would have.
Perfect. Well, I think that's it, Marni. Fantastic job. Lots of good positive comments here in terms of the presentation. So congratulations. And we got through it all technically. So
we did, Don, and thank you so much for spearheading it and allowing us the opportunity to be part of the kickoffs. I really appreciate it.
Well, say hello to your team for us and stay safe.
Okay, will do. Thanks so much.
Everybody else as well.
Okay.